The government wants to cut the benefits bill and counter welfare dependency. Ministers know voters have little sympathy for the 40,000 UK households whose benefit income is greater than the average take-home pay. It may not save much, but the government believes its cap sends a message and goes down well with the public.
Do the cleaning jobs, go clean the toilet. There is jobs there, people just don't want to do it. So if you've got to cap someone's benefits to get them to get up and go get work, that's what you've got to do.
I don't think they should give more because they should go out to work if they're able.
Theoretically, I think, yes, it's probably a good idea, but I can see places where you do have to have exceptions.
Initially, the cap will operate in parts of London before being rolled out across England, Scotland and Wales in September. Northern Ireland is expected to follow later. 40,000 households will be affected. Half of those have 4 or more children and half are headed by a single parent. The cap doesn't affect pensioners, people on disability benefits or those working more than 16 hours a week.
The best way out of the benefit cap is to get into work, and there's plenty of support there to help people move into work. But I think it's also about ensuring that people in work and people out of work face the same choices. I mean, the benefit cap is set at £500 a week. That's the average take-home pay for a working family. So people in work and those out of work have to make the same choices.
Here in London, it's estimated that 20 to 25,000 households will be hit by the cap. That's roughly half of all the families affected nationally. And the reason for that is the shortage of affordable housing in the capital. That pushes up rents, which pushes up housing benefit.
We've said that we're in favour of a benefit cap, but it's got to be adjusted regionally depending on housing costs in each region. The danger of the way the government is doing the benefit cap is it forces people into temporary accommodation, bed and breakfast accommodation, which drives up costs, not reduces them.
An unemployed single parent with 3 children, Sarah lives in Croydon, one of the London boroughs where the cap came in today. Her housing benefit, which had made up nearly half of all her welfare payments because of high rents, has been cut by £90 a week.
I'm not going to be able to replace school uniforms, I'm not going to be able to pay for them to do school trips, I'm not going to be able to replace shoes when they wear out. I mean, it really is that dire, because to find that much money out when I'm barely managing now just seems to be utterly impossible.
Critics say setting the cap at average earnings may sound sensible, but is unfair on some.
When the government calculated the average wage, what they didn't do was calculate the in-work benefits that people on the average wage would get. So someone in London earning £26,000 would very likely get housing benefit. They'd certainly get child benefit and they'd probably get child tax credits. This is unfair. Until we build more homes, in order to bring down the cost of rent, we should take housing costs out of this cap.
The government says the cap was never intended to make great savings, less than £200 million a year out of a welfare budget for working people of around £90 billion. It's about reinforcing a key principle, that welfare should never be allowed to become a lifestyle. Mark Easton, BBC News.